Good morning, friends. In the light of recent happenings wherein the BJP ruled states are enacting anti-conversion laws, I would like to share my views on the important subject, that is anti-conversion laws, the myth of Christian conversions, a direct assault on the Constitution. My friends, on 9th September 2005, Rajasthan state has joined the list of 12 BJP ruled states that have enacted anti-conversion laws. These include Odisha, Arunachal Pradesh, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Jharkhand, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. Though described as freedom of religion laws, their true character is the opposite. They curb liberty, criminalize choice, and erode India's constitutional guarantees. They contain everything but freedom. In fact, they are anti-conversion laws. The punishment and bail conditions are more stringent, on par with the draconian law, UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. On 16th September 2005, while hearing on a petition filed seeking a complete ban on conversions in India, the Honorable Supreme Court asked the petitioner advocate who would find out that a religious conversion was deceitful or not, and who exactly will decide whether an interfaith marriage is fraudulent or not. The NGO Citizens for Justice and Peace, on the other hand, sought stay of all these laws, stating that each state law was used by the other as a building block to make more virulent law for itself, and these laws have a chilling effect on the fundamental right guaranteed under the Constitution under Article 25 to profess and practice and propagate one's own religion. The court posted the case after 6 weeks to consider the question of stay of implementation of these draconian laws. And this is a betrayal of preamble and the fundamental rights. The preamble of the Constitution enshrines liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Anti-conversion laws strike directly at this promise. They violate Article 21. The right to life and personal liberty includes the autonomy to choose one's faith and live with dignity. Article 25, freedom of conscience and the right to profess, practice, and propagate religion of their choice. These laws invert this right into crime. Article 30, the rights of minorities to establish and manage educational and religious institutions, which are undermined when even propagation of faith is criminalized. Article 5, citizenship is equal and religions neutral. These laws create a hierarchy of faith, threatening the inclusive basis of Indian nationality. Misuse in practice, targeting the vulnerable groups. The constitutional violation becomes stark in practice. These laws have become tools of harassment and persecution, especially against Muslim minorities under the guise of love jihad and marginalized groups such as Dalits and Adivasis. Madhya Pradesh recently witnessed the arrest of 2 Catholic nuns on the false allegations of conversion. On July 26, 2025, 2 Christian nuns were detained and arrested at the drug station in Madhya Pradesh. The charges against them were serious, but the matter was simple. They were accompanying 3 women who wanted to be trained as professional nurses. Shockingly, the Chief Minister of the state insists on the charges of human trafficking and conversion against these innocent nuns. Still, the parents of the women denied any coercion and voluntarily stated that they had permitted their daughters to go in search of better job opportunities, but the police still proceeded under political pressure. Another issue that has come to light is the denial of burial rights to even tribal Christians. They are being prevented from burying their dead in shared or Adivasi burial grounds. For example, on April 26, 2024, in Chhattisgarh, a 65-year-old tribal Christian man died in a hospital. His grieving family faced further distress when local religious extremists blocked them from burying him in the village in the Adivasi ground and demanded their reconversion to Hinduism. That family went up to the Supreme Court, but only a partial relief. The family was able to conduct the burial according to the Christian customs only under the protection of 500 police officers, which ensured peace in the village, that too on the direction of the court, Supreme Court. Then interfaith and intercaste couples are among the worst victims of this anti-conversion laws. Marriages solemnized by free will are harassed and broken apart and criminalized under the pretext of conversion for marriage. The law intrudes into the most personal sphere of life, love and marriage. Then arbitrary arrest and vigilant action have become common, where mobs backed by state machinery falsely accuse minorities of forced conversions. Even charitable and educational activities are branded as conversion attempts. This intimidation of Christians on one pretext or the other has been on the rise for the last 11 years, particularly in BJP-ruled states. Christians on one pretext or the other has been on rise over the last 11 years, particularly in BJP-ruled states that I am stressing. Then various reports from the local and international agencies have documented the increasing harassment of the Christians in India. Prayer meetings are attacked on the pretext that they are being organized for conversions. Pastors and nuns in remote areas are increasingly susceptible to being harassed and assaulted on one ground or the other. Bajrang Dal and other communal groups are particularly aggressive in taking direct action against the vulnerable pastors and nuns and Christian missionaries in these distant regions. Charitable, social and educational work by minority groups is vilified as conversion, choking India's rich tradition of service and compassion. And for example, the RDT Trust in Anantapur, a blow to pluralism and national unity. India's strength lies in her plural character. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains and countless sects and traditions coexisting in a shared civilization. This is our unique heritage of unity in diversity. But what is the then anti-conversion laws undermine this foundation of breeding suspicion, hostility and division. They create a hierarchy of faith where minorities live under constant fear of persecution. By doing so, they corrode the secular and inclusive spirit and character of this country that binds all of India together, the larger danger. These enactments erode not only the religious freedom, but also the social harmony. Instead of protecting choice, they police it. Instead of curbing coercion, they legitimize intimidation. By making faith a matter of state surveillance, they foster majoritarian dominance and undermine the constitutional morality. India's founders envisioned a nation where faith or religion would be a matter of conscience, a matter of fundamental right, not compulsion. The question now is whether we allow partisan politics to trample that vision. What is the way forward? India's framers never saw religion as a threat to unity. They saw coercion and discrimination as the real danger. That is why the Constitution protected freedom of conscience and choice of religion. Today, when the states weaponize law to harass and punish that belief, they betray that vision. If this trend continues, India risks losing not only her constitutional values, but also her civilizational identity as a land of diversity and tolerance. The urgent call before the citizens is clear. Come forward, defend the Constitution, defend the pluralism, and defend the unity in diversity of this great country. Thank you very much.